Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, Tuala, Simf, Maroon Studios, and Aim High. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome sa Startup Podcast PH, where we interview Filipino startups to know about their stories and innovations. Andito tayo ngayon sa Coastline 5023 DOST UPV Fisheries TBI in Mayag-Aw, Iloilo to interview its startup incubatees. We have Tagpuan, Cultivating Connections, Harvesting Success, and its co-founders, Josiah Bores and Brethren Ace de la Gente. Hello, sirs. Kamusta?
Hello, sir. Kamusta po?
Ayan,
Hello,
ayan.
sir.
Ayan, magandang umaga. Good morning actually. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So, bumiyahe pa ako mula Iloilo City papunta dito sa Mayag-Aw campus ng UP Visayas, and actually ang ganda ng ating tagpuan dito. Nasa dagat tayo dito, nasa Dalampasigan actually.
Kamusta naman yung stay mo, sir, sa Iloilo?
Yeah, it's been fun. I've been 1 week na dito sa Iloilo. So, nag-iikot nga ako sama ko sa Pilipinas to interview the startups, to know the startup ecosystems. And actually, parang to know then the innovation culture all around. Kasi iba-iba actually, iba-iba. And I'm happy nga every time nag-visit ako kasi I'm from Manila eh. But I'm happy when I visit cities outside Manila kasi iba yung mga problems na sinasolve ng mga startups.
Yes.
Ibang-iba, as in, iba-iba yung mga startups. And iba din yung mga business model actually na nagagawa. Talagang nakadepende dun sa kultura din, dun sa behavior ng mga tao, ng market din, ng mga cities. So ayun, actually, I'm very excited to know more now about Tagpuan. So sige, I let you do the introduction. Ano nga ba, sirs, ang Tagpuan?
So since we are an agricultural country, so we found out na isa sa problema ng mga farmers is ang post-production losses. So, bale, dahil dyan is like, yung farmers, if mag-harvest na sila, if mag-ani na sila, may uncertainty sa kanila na baka wala silang buyer or wala silang direct market, guaranteed market access. Wala silang buyer. Magbabaka sakali sila na may bumili sa kanila. So what we're trying to solve is that. So what if may bridge na yung farmers and possible buyers and possible contractors? So sa pagtanim pa lang ng farmers is may guaranteed na nabibili sa kanilang ani.
Gets.
Then, for the side of contractors naman, yung ibang contractors nahihirapan na mag-source ng kanilang quality produce or like supplies because of logistics problem or any problem that they face.
Yeah.
So, at least, through Tagpuan, meron kaming, one of our feature is a profile finder na page in which like there's a curated profiles of farmers. Then pwede yung contractors na mag-contract or possible na purchase order through sa farmer na yan through Tagpuan for easy transaction, streamlined transaction.
Tama actually. Do you have anything to add, sir?
I think nasabi niyo naman lahat.
Actually, I'll give my comment na kagad-kagad kasi yun nga, naka-interview na din ako ng agri startup sa Manila, outside Manila, and itong specific na ito, lumalabas siya actually, apparently, sa mga cities outside Manila. Basically parang ginagawa nyo is dati kasi ang farming, while nakasanayan ng mga farmers, nakasanayan na parang kumbaga push, plant and then harvest, and then once they have the inventory or the mismong crops, may it be grains or vegetables or whatever, tsaka nila ipupush sa market, tsaka nila ibebenta. Where in fact, it can actually be like a pool na may demand na let's say, I'm guessing yung demand is parang maybe yung mga distributors or maybe mga restaurants na mismo, mga vendors na mismo, na naghahanap ng quality produce nga. So, pag pool system, less nga, as you've said, yung parang uncertainty sa benta ng mga farmers, right? So, kaya ba Tagpuan yung pangalan? Kasi minimit nyo basically yung supply and demand.
Yes. It's a meeting place.
Pero sige, just to clarify nga lang, yung parang problema dito. Siguro, ano natin, dive deeper tayo dun sa side ng farmers. Gaano ba kasakit yun for the farmers na parang like meron ba kayong like idea kung gaano ba karami talaga yung mga nawawala dahil hindi nabebenta ng maayos? Tsaka parang ano no, ang problem din dito kasi if tama yung mga nakukuha ko sa mga interviews ko, yung mga farmers somehow parang non-scientific somehow yung pagtatanim nila. Nagagayahan nga lang minsan, 'di ba? Or parang yun yung nakasanayan nila, kaya yung tatanim nila. When in fact, yun nga, hindi yun match sa demand. So, maybe you can elaborate more dun sa parang problem na yun ng farmers.
Yes po, like kaya nga sabi nga ni sir is yung farmers is if may nakita silang patok na produce, gagayahin naman nila. So, tataas ang supply, bababa ang demand. So 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 yung ibang suppliers is, like ano naman, then dito, particularly sa Miag-ao, like meron kaming na-interview yung Manok Sibuyas Association ng Miag-ao. So, one of their problem is that and yung pain point nila is yung mga middleman naman. So, if wala silang makitang buyer sa wala silang makitang buyer sa kanilang produce, papasok si middleman at sila yung magda-direct ng price. So, wala yung say yung farmers. So, wala talaga silang guaranteed market access.
Ngayon ko lang na-gets yun actually, akalain mo yun ang tagal ko nang nabubuhay sa mundo at ang tagal ko nag-i-interview ng mga agri-startups. Ngayon ko lang na-gets yun na kaya pala dumadating yung mga middleman. Well, first of all, yung what you said 'no, about the demand. Kasi parang walang planning kumbaga.
Opo.
Walang central planning and walang market, reaction kumbaga sa kung ano yung supply, 'di ba? Kaya kung ano yung naging trending somehow nung nakaraan, maybe yun nga parang past year or past month ang daming let's say kamatis, di lahat na kamatis. Eh di ngayon tataas nga yung supply, bababa yung price. So medyo magulo siya in that way Actually sabi nga ng mga ibang agri, proponents or agri stakeholders, ang lakas ng parang bullwhip effect sa agri. Bullwhip effect yung parang magfo-forecast ka yung forecast mo based nga sa nakaraan or based sa trend. So, yun nga, ang forecast mo is benta pa yung kamatis kasi ang taas ng demand, ang taas ng pero tataas naman yung supply. So, kaya siya bullwhip kasi parang ang lakas bigla. Yung gano'n ka na latigo, yung gumaganon siya. So, nagugulo masyado yung forecast, yung demand, yung Pero, yeah, tsaka yung sa middleman, oo nga, yun nga yung reason. Kasi, basically, mapipiga si farmer na ibenta yung mga
Yung mga
crops niya, yung produce niya hindi niya mabenta sa market, sa vendors, sa palengke, hindi niya sa mismong bagsakan, ganyan. Kaya dadaan sa middleman. Ngayon naman si middleman siyempre para kumita,
yeah,
yun yung mga yan, mapipiga talaga yun. Tama ba yun, tama ba yun?
Tama.
On the side naman of the buyers ng mga produce. So, you mentioned din na parang this will help them give more access sa quality produce So, sige, can you elaborate lang on that na ano ba yung mangyayari nga if we have tagpuan on the end naman ng mga buyers? At saka sino ba yung mga buyers?
Yung mga buyers po namin is yung mga nangangailangan ng crops katulad ng mga restaurants, yung mga hotels, and yung mga pa-process din ng mga crops katulad ng food market, food stalls, yeah. So sila po. And through tagpuan po, instead na mag-rely sila sa middleman is mako-contact nila yung farmer mismo. And through that, hindi magiging volatile yung price since wala ng other external factors na pwedeng tataas yung price na hindi talaga makatarungan. Kasi yun talaga yung medyo problem namin is yung ibang mga middleman is for their own profit, sila yung kukuha ng most of the money
Nakita,
and
yeah.
yung mga farmers is scraps na lang yung bibigay sa kanila. And if merong tagpuan, yung mga buyers namin is mako-communicate talaga nila sa farmers kung ano yung gusto nila and yung farmers mismo is makaka-adjust kung bali sa kanilang gusto sa mga buyers po.
Yeah. Basically, diretso magtatagpo nga yung
Yes.
farmers, yung sellers, and actually they are the producers. Tsaka dun sa mga, not necessarily consumers pero yung parang bibili or yung may demand talaga dun sa mga produce. Pero Actually, isa din sa na-realize ko now lang na yun nga, yung middleman sa agri supply chain, economic chain actually, friction siya, kumbaga, I mean,
Yes.
friction siya in the sense na wala siyang direct value. Basically siya, bridge lang siya, 'di ba? Pero dito pumapasok yung advancement ng technology, 'di ba, na mas magagawa ng mas diretso yung interaction nung buyer and nung seller and nung buyer, right? So, speaking of that, sige, let's now talk about tagpuan. Ano nga ba talaga si tagpuan? Paano siya magagamit maybe ng farmers and even ng buyers? So, what really is the game changer? I can say that. The game changer, tagpuan.
So, tagpuan is what sabi namin is like it's for farmers, connecting farmers and buyers, possible contractors. So it has streamlined contract matchmaking for direct connections. So let's give a use case. Mag-use case tayo. So kunyari may samgyupsal place or hindi, chicken inasalan place.
Okay.
Si Pedro. Pedro
Okay.
is an owner of chicken inasalan place. So instead of going to the market or relying on a middleman, pupunta si Pedro sa tagpuan. So in that app, makikita niya yung curated chicken farmers. So magcha-chat sila. Kunyari magcha-chat sila for each contract, for ano gusto nila na terms. Then within tagpuan, meron streamlined contract management app. Management. So may contract builder na doon. So mag-o-offer si Chicken Inasalan Place kay Ernesto na isang chicken farmer which is like need ko ng 10 kilos of chicken per day. Can you do that? Sabi naman ni Ernesto, yes, I can do that. So doon pa lang mag-meet na sila. Sa tagpuan, mag-meet sila. So kaya one of our slogan is magkikita upang magkikita. Tayo sa tagpuan, kita tayo. So
Puro kita, puro kita.
it's a wordplay of kita.
So, magtatagpo actually na parang that sense para umangat ang kita ng farmers. Sa side ng farmers basically. So, parang so basically platform siya, digital platform basically, no, online, right?
Yes.
Let's say website.
It's a mobile app.
Mobile app, ayan. So, doon muna tayo sa side ng farmers. So, yung farmer, may account siya,
Yes,
right? So, sige, pwede ba explain lang no, on the side of the farmers, ano yung gagawin niya? May profile ba siya? Pwede ba niyang ilagay doon kung anong klaseng farm siya? Ano yung mga binibenta niya? So, parang sa side muna nung user interface or UX ni farmer, how does it work?
Okay, sige po. Para sa farmer po, before signing up, meron silang i-fill na form. So, kami mismo yung pupunta sa kanila or pwede silang pumunta sa amin. And doon pwede nilang ilagay yung credentials nila such as anong crops yung kaya nilang i-produce, saan sila located, and ano yung contact hours nila. And doon din po, makikita mo din kung ano yung availability ng crops nila for a specific season. And then, pwede mo din sila pong i-message. So, for the farmers, iyan po yung kanilang UI UX. And then, pwede din nilang makita yung heat maps kung anong yung mga crops na nasa paligid nila. And then, pwede din silang mag-adjust. So, kung anong crops na...
I like that. So, sige, so yung nasa laptop ni Sir... bale, may heat map nung parang, ano lugar yan? Or may specific lugar ba? Let's say, sa Mayagaw.
Dito lang po
Dito sa Mayagaw.
Yeah.
Parang makikita mo kung, kunyari, let's say chicken, let's say sibuyas, kunyari.
Yes po.
Makikita mo kung mag-hit yung mga, doon sa map, yung mga nagtatanim din ng sibuyas.
Yes po.
So, kung pulang-pula yung mapa ng sibuyas, huwag ka na magsibuyas. Parang
Wag na
ganun.
magsibuyas para
gets.
hindi volatile po yung market. Para wala na po yung sinasabi yung bullwhip effect. So, para ma-lessen po.
Okay, I like that. Sige,
Then one of the features po sa farmers is yung kaya nila yung may marketplace po. It's a marketplace. So every transaction ng farmer and contractor buyers may AgriCoin na mag-a-add. Parang Shopee coin or
Okay, okay, okay.
can I say that? Parang Shopee
Token.
coin.
Oo.
So, merong incentives and farmers can use that to buy their inputs sa farmers market within the app. So if like meron silang 200 agri-coins, pwede nilang i-buy yan for seeds or fertilizers or something. Then meron ding request page in which nakalaro ka na po ng Hay Day?
Actually, yes,
Hay Day.
yes, yes, yes.
Kita
Oo
kita mo
naman, oo
yung sa
naman.
dashboard nila yung request.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Ano yun 'di ba parang 'pag may iba kang friend, tama ba? Puwede kang mag-request
opo.
sa iba sa
I mean yung sa ano po, sa farm lang.
okay, okay.
Yung may request, yung pupunta yung farm, then
Okay,
may
okay, okay,
request.
okay, okay,
Then,
oo. Mm.
may ganyan din po sa app within like, yung contractors is parang may request. Like, I need 2 kilos of chicken in which the farmers can bid for that. So,
Okay,
para
gets.
hindi lang ang contractors ang mag-connect sa farmers. So, para may two-way connection sila.
Wait, do you mean may bidding? Sorry, what is
Hindi naman bidding, like the order,
order?
like mag-grab lang ng order.
Okay. So basically kunyari, farmer ako, nandun ako sa map. Sige, punta muna natin yung ano, yung end nung buyer, yung buyer.
Okay.
So kung buyer ako, bibili ako, paano ko I want sibuyas for example. Paano ko maghahanap? Masa-search ko ba siya, lalabas yung lahat ng mga farms or pwede rin geographic na sa map, heat map nga rin, andun yung mga nagtatanim ng sibuyas, pipili ako, parang ganun. And then pag pumili ako na pag binili ko ito, then I can send my order. Kung ako yung buyer,
Yes
I
po.
can send my order sa kanya, let's say, 100 kilos or basta kung ilan man of sibuyas, for example. Dadating doon sa farmer na may request sa kanya, and then the farmer can like confirm or parang agree the deal, and then may bayaran,
Yes po.
and then after some time, tama ba? Kasi di man agad-agad yun, di ba?
Oo.
Iha-harvest pa or something eh. Is that how it works? Tama ba?
Yes. So, if farmer ka po, like, may curated list ng mga onion farmers, then you can click that, you can transact, or may one way pa po, which is yung sa bid, yung sa request. So, may request, yung may bid, may quest. So, yung farmer
magpo-propose kumbaga.
Magpo-propose. So, there's two way.
Okay. So, parang call for onions yun,
Okay.
parang ganun. I'm a buyer, kunwari yun nga, restaurant ako, let's say sa Iloilo City for example. Punta ako dun sa platform, I'll put an order request of 100 kilos of sibuyas. Ngayon makikita yun ng mga farmers.
Yes.
Lalabas yun sa mga list para sa parang newsfeed or whatever ng mga farmers.
Yes.
And pag nakita nila yun, if kaya nila, they will bid. They will put their price. They will put their price, right? So, ngayon, ako as a buyer, pipiliin ko, well, depends, pero malamang pipiliin ko yung lowest price, parang ganun. Tama ba yun?
Yes po.
Ganun.
Pero dyan po is meron kaming base price.
Okay,
So,
okay.
para hindi naman lugi yung farmers. So, meron base price na hindi na pwede bumaba doon yung price within that.
Tama.
Set.
Tama yun actually. Tama yun. Oh, okay, interesting. Meron bang parang ano, kasi yun yung price, 'di ba? Basically, makikita ba ng mga farmers kung ano yung price ng iba or medyo blind sila sa ano, price? Kasi baka ang gawin magpababaan ng price eh.
Oh.
What do you think? Or basta they just put their price? Ganun.
Hindi po makikita ng farmers yung ibang
Okay.
contract na nag-offer.
Okay. Isa pang tanong dito, so yun yung sa price na basically, pwede somehow makakapili yung buyer ng lowest price. Pero yung quality naman, pwede rin ba sabihin ng mga farmers na parang ito yung portfolio namin somehow, na ito yung mga na-produce namin dati, ito yung mga nabentahan namin dati. Para syempre, 'di ba? Kasi ako baka piliin ko yung lowest price pero hindi naman magaguarantee na quality yung makukuha kong onions or baka kulang or something, 'di ba? So I guess actually yun din yung naging sabi nila ng mga middlemen. Yun din yung naging role nila eh. Quality control somehow eh. So I guess yun yung parang sa assurance ng quality dito. I guess siguro if parang may baka pwede rin may 5 stars, may stars rating din yung mga farmers. Sige, go ahead.
Yes po, may review system din po kami na na-put in place. So after an order, pwedeng mag-comment yung buyer kung ano yung state ng mga produce na nakuha sa farmer, and then i-verify din po namin syempre para wala din yung mga bogus na reviews like kahit hindi naman katamtaman yung review niya, ma-filter. So, meron kaming review system And meron din kaming filtering system for reviews. So, we-verify din po namin yung reviews.
Ayun, that's what I meant by parang portfolio, no? But basically rating na ano. Parang sa Grab, for example, or sa Google Maps. Actually, ako, I rely on yung mga rating, mga stars sa Google Maps kasi, tsaka kung gaano karami, di ba? Titignan mo ko na 5 star or 4.7 stars. Titignan mo rin kung gaano karami na nag-rate kasi baka naman 2 lang yun. Baka naman yun nga, medyo binogos lang yun, di ba? So, pero yan, I mean, that's good actually na kumbaga may rating system. And I'm guessing on the side of Tagpuan, yung parang business dito is parang marketplace business model to na somehow sa may transaction, may portion ang Tagpuan sa transaction. Ganun ba? Tama ba? Or yeah.
It should be, pero for now, hindi po muna kami mag-rely doon.
Okay.
Kasi like, one of the issue po dyan is yung gusto ng farmer is cash. So we can't hold that money through escrow is one of the possibilities through escrow. But we can't hold that money through because budding startup pa lang, then it needs legality and something. So for now, wala po kaming say sa payment issue. So talaga kami is magko-connect lang talaga kami farmers and possible contractors. So if yung payment is bahala na po sa terms ng farmers and contractors.
Okay. So basically parang kayo, platform kayo para not just to connect, not just e-commerce yun yung kulang actually sa mga ibang agri startups yan. Sabi ko na ang value nyo dito talaga is yung contract, kumbaga, yung contract market. Hindi lang kayo basta-basta e-commerce marketplace ng agri produce connecting sellers and buyers. You're actually yun din, yung adding that streamlined contract marketplace para din mas tawag dito mas efficient yung market, mas kung ano yung supply yun yung mas na-match kumbaga yung supply and demand,
Yes.
right? Oh, ayun. Actually, this is a very very promising idea.
Thank you po.
Now, and I'm saying this kasi rin parang iniisip ng mga tao talaga ng mga iba somehow, lalo na kung city-based ka, na parang very oblivious sa mga farmers, very oblivious. Pero actually, farmers are businessmen are entrepreneurs Farmers, ang difference lang is matagalan yung taniman tsaka yung harvest. Pero basically, if you're a farmer, may it be livestock, may it be crops, basically, it's your own business, di ba?
Yes po.
And there's the risk na nagtatanim ka, nag-i-invest ka ng seedlings, ng fertilizers, water, whatever. May investment yun, then may bunga. May risk dun na baka nga hindi mo mabenta or something, di ba? But, ayun, I guess we also have to think more na ang farmers ay actually mga businessmen.
Yes.
And we should look at it more that way. And yun, with the help of these platforms, I think mas ma-uplift natin yung farms as the real businesses ng lipunan. Ayun.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter. Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
Anyway, sige, punta naman natin yung stories behind Tagpuan. So kayo ay mga students.
Yes po.
Dito ngayon, right? So
Yes
hindi
po.
pa kayo gumraduate, tama ba?
Hindi pa.
Ayan, pero gagraduate naman na kayo soon.
Yeah,
So
soon.
sige, pwedeng pa-share lang ng inyong mga background muna. Anong course, and you're really from Iloilo, right? So sige, pa-share lang ng konting background.
Yeah, so ako po, Kaming tatlo
Okay.
is ComSci students.
ComSci. Okay.
And ang dalawa kami is from Iloilo. So yung isa wala po ngayon
Okay.
dito.
Shoutout naman natin yan.
So Adrian is our
Baka nanonood siya
CFO.
ng live.
Yeah. He's our chief financial officer.
Okay,
So
okay.
he's also from Iloilo. But
Okay.
Josiah is from Capiz.
Oh.
So tatlo po kami ComSci students. So
Pero you're all studying in UP
yeah,
Visayas
UPV
here.
po kami. Yeah.
As in dito sa campus na ito?
Yeah, sa campus
Okay.
talaga na to, hindi sa city. So
dito yung ComSci?
Yeah, dito yung ComSci. So yung sa
Oh.
city po is yung nandun lang is yung high school and some of the CM students, so college of management students. So that's a big factor.
Okay. Explain lang natin kasi we're here now sa Miag-Ao campus ng UP Visayas. Actually, andito pala yung karamihan ba ng mga college ayan dito? Okay. Medyo malayo pa to sa Iloilo City. Parang biyahe ko parang around 1 to 2 hours rin no?
Yes
Na,
po.
ano. So, ayun. Anyway, go ahead.
So yung tagpuan po is na conceptualize namin actually last year. Yung first time namin. Kasi dito din po sa FTBI, meron kaming technopreneurship class na part ng curriculum ng
ComSci. Okay.
So isa po siyang elective. And doon sa technopreneurship na-learn namin yung kahalagahan ng pag-develop ng mga applications na makabubuti din sa mga tao na nandito. So especially dito sa Miag-Ao, marami ding farmers, maraming fishermen. Like, na-realize namin na what if mag-develop kami ng app para magamit nila at hindi na sila mag-rely sa mga, of course, doon sa mga hungry middlemen. So, kami ni Josiah is classmates kami. Ang tatlo ni Idean. And groupmates din kami before sa class na yon.
Technopreneurship.
Yeah.
By the way, technopreneurship dito as in dito yung class or
Yes po.
as in itong building na ito?
Dito talaga sa FTBI.
So pupunta pa kayo dito. I mean, malayo-layo pa to sama ko ng onte, 'di ba? Mula dun sa parang mga ibang colleges.
Yes.
Okay.
So si Ma'am Lynn po yung instructor namin dito. So
the TBI head.
Yes.
Ano bang ni Miss Maylin? Anyway, TBI
siya po yung head dito.
Of Coastline, yeah.
So siya din po yung nag-train sa amin and nag-mentor. So malaking help talaga si Ma'am Lynn sa amin. So yun po yung origins ng tagpuan.
So itong startup pala na ito ay nanggaling sa technopreneurship class.
Yes
right?
po.
Pero ang tanong ko, 'di ba college students kayo? Kasi mga college students, mga ibang college students parang medyo fun ganyan, parang parang tambay-tambay ganyan. Kayo, bakit nyo naisipang maging startup founder? Kasi I mean, yung mga ibang college students, hindi kami lahat pero parang ako din naman, parang may naiba sa college, parang syempre gusto kong tumambay ganyan. Pero kayo nag-jump kayo into doing technopreneurship talaga, hindi lang for a class, hindi lang for the classroom but really to do it as a startup. So bakit nyo naisip yun or something? Both of you should answer that.
Yeah. For my side po, kasi na-realize ko po is konti na lang yung time ko dito sa university and I really want to make a lasting impact. And I felt like yung pandemic po na-shorten po yung time ko mag-interact sa ibang tao. And
so late kayo, yung some years of your college life ay online.
Yeah, so gusto ko po rin makabawi and maka-establish din po ng something na makapa-proud din po sa akin at sa, of course, family ko din po.
Ang ganda naman ng mga ganun.
So somehow, naging running joke po namin is, since si Josiah po yung leader namin is, like, sabi namin kung anong program na gusto ni Josiah ng salihan is okay na lang tayong dalawa. So yun din po yung isa sa mga dahilan bakit na form yung tagpuan.
Interesting. Sige, Josiah.
So sa side ko naman po is yung tagpuan talaga is na-conceptualize namin for the ICT's PSC9.
Philippine Startup Challenge. Okay.
Pero hindi po kami nanalo doon. So hindi kami
pero nag-join kayo doon? Nag-pitch kayo? Doon sa online ba yun?
Hindi po. Like, nag-submit lang kami pero hindi kami naging top 20 finalists. So, doon pa lang is like, nanghinaya na kami. So, hindi namin gusto matalo. So, pinaigi pa talaga namin yung idea, yung idea namin. Then, nag-join kami ulit sa AIC.
What's that?
Agri Aqua Innovation Challenge ng
Sa
DOST.
Okay. Yeah,
DOST is AIC.
Oo.
So, hindi pa rin kami nanalo. So, like, yung competitive spirit namin, alam namin kasi na maganda yung idea, pero hindi pa siya refined. So, we have refined it further. Then, nalaman na lang namin na from sa malayo na, uy, parang okay na to. Parang maka-help na to sa farmers. So, we've decided na lang na maging startup kami. So, basically, it's from our grudge. It's from our grudge na hindi kami nanalo.
Well, but that's okay yun yung apoy kumbaga na nagpapalaban pa sa inyo. Pero actually nakaka-inspire na grabe ang kabataan pa lang. Baka naka-affect nga din yung sa pandemic pero parang yun nga, gusto niyo i-maximize yung learning opportunities din somehow na nag-lead sa inyo to create now this startup Now pala na andito kayo na incubated kayo dito sa Coastline. So by the way andito tayo sa building ng Coastline 5023 sa tabi ng Dalampasigan actually. What do you expect kumbaga? What do you expect moving forward now na andito kayo? How do you plan to further build si Tagpuan as a startup? So ano na ba parang are you kumbaga introducing it now to more farmers? Ano ba yung parang yung gawin now?
So now we are nearing the completion of our mobile app. Then with the help of the Coastline 5023, we want to explore our idea in expanding the scope of the app. So for now, magbe-beta test muna kami sa farmers ng within Miagao. Then after that, mag-consult kami with Ma'am Mylene and with Coastline if ano yung magandang gawin looking forward.
How about you?
Since nandito na din kami sa FTBI and incubating na din kami, we will devote a significant portion of our time for the app, and we also aim to extend its availability. So with that, we will join the regional competition for the Department of Agriculture, and hopefully if our app is successful, we can of course integrate it with more farmers in the Philippines. So yun po.
Yeah, actually like joining this kind of TBI si Coastline, it can really help you sa network. So I'm guessing sa beta testing mas madadalian din kayo lumapit na sa mga farmers and even sa mga parang buyers kasi I'm pretty sure that si Coastline ay may ganung network na somehow. So mas matutulungan kayo. Pero gusto ko lang i-comment na parang, 'di ba, you plan to join yung competitions pa
Yes.
na actually nasa inyo may kayo ang ganda ng sabi mo kanina yung grudge yung parang motivation. Pero not saying grudge naman pero parang yung failure uso sa atin yan na it's kind of good actually that these failures push you even more, 'di ba? So palaban kayo. So and yan I guess ang kailangan ng mga startup founders. Kasi mahirap talaga, hindi madali maging startup founder. You will always lose actually. But ang mahalaga is don't give up and always stand back and do. Kasi kung talagang gusto tulungan ng mga farmers, I think gusto nila naman talaga makagawa ng impact and tutuloy kayo sa So I like that.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here.
Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
Ayun, speaking of that, ano nga ba yung parang, sige, doon tayo sa parang vision, maybe farther pa, maybe 5 years or parang ganun. Ano na nakikita nyo? Nakikita nyo na ba na like in the whole Miagao or maybe Iloilo or maybe Western Visayas region, normal na ginagamit ng mga farmers yung app? Ano ba yung parang nakikita nyo in the farther future?
Yung sa roadmap po namin is, I think for the first 1 to 2 years is yung serviceable market lang namin is around Iloilo. So, hindi pa po namin kaya mag-scale nationwide. Pero once mag-gain traction yung app namin and makakita kami ng tangible results and of course, mag-high din yung margins ng mga farmers. So, itatry din namin i-implement yan sa ibang regions. So, siguro within 3 to 4 years, matatry namin yung buong Visayas and within 5 years onward, baka ma-implement din sa buong Pinas. That is a very hopeful mindset. And I think we have the capacity to do it if we put our hearts and minds in it. So, since we are University of the Philippines students, our primary goal is to give back to the nation. And with the PUAN, we think that we can do that.
Na mga nakaka-inspire naman mga UP students. Sige, do you have anything to ano? Yeah, pero kasi ano actually tama din yung approach niyo na ano kasi some agri startups they want agad to be nationwide. Pero I think this can be like yung term is parang hyper local muna na parang ano muna kayo, let's say Miagao. Yun muna, Miagao, connect the farmers there and the buyers there. And then kumbaga, i-normalize muna si contract marketplace. Pag gumana sa Miagao, maybe sa other towns ng Iloilo province, 'di ba? And then papaunti-unti, town, so hyperlocal. Hindi naman kasi parang kailangan na buong agri supply chain kagad na i-connect mo kagad like from Iloilo to Manila. Kasi let's say Guimaras, 'di ba? May mangoes ng Guimaras.
Yes.
Ano yun traversing islands yun Hindi naman kailangan na ganoon kagad na kalakihan na i-connect mo yung mango farmers sa Guimaras to the mango buyers sa Manila, for example, or even let's say Davao, ganyan. Pwedeng hyper-local muna na towns. Talagang isolve mo muna yung problem there ng supply and demand there ng mga farmers and ng buyers. And then, if it works, at least you have a model that you're confident that it works, mas kaya nyo ng scale. Mas confident na kayo scale. Ayun. But, yeah, don't be, malawak pa na But, and ayun, good luck sa inyo as students, startup founders. Ang siguro masasabi ko rin na kailangan talaga ng puso kasi ang parang ito yung magiging work nyo somehow when you graduate So, kailangan patawid-tawid muna kayo ng mga grants, ng mga funding para meron kayo sweldo sa sarili. Pero ayun, eventually if you make it profitable then for you kasi kailangan syempre ng parang profitability for you para yun yung sweldo nyo para syempre hindi mo kayo pwede magutom kayo, founders kayo yung nagde-develop ng app So, but yeah, and then if it works, then let's see the success of the PUAN.
Hopefully.
Ayun. So maraming salamat sa inyo. If our listeners want to find more information about you guys or Tagpuan, so meron na ba kayo website or social media or maybe you can share your social media to our listeners.
So, meron po kaming FB page. So, i-share lang po namin dun sa comment section.
Sige.
Tagpuan on FB. Thank you.
Sige.
Thank
So,
you.
and share nyo, lagay ko na rin sa description ng YouTube and ng Spotify para if ever may makinig dun, they will easily find you. So, ayun, maraming salamat. And
Maraming
thank
salamat
you for
din po.
sharing. And, ayun, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to our 56 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLex Page Academy, our official e-learning partner, get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Founders Launchpad, our ecosystem partner, early stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Cloud CFO, tech-forward cloud-based accounting service provider for businesses. Cloverly Tech, all-in-one digital platform for property developers. Body BTs, accessible and personalized diabetes self-management application. HKB Digital Services, tech-based business tools including payroll, ticketing, and loyalty rewards. HyperStax, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. 1 CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. SchoolTech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new clients. Let us know if you know any Western-based business that might have a need. Britana, cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits a small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Fail Coach, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs who are scaling or finding product market fit. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. DVCo Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGUs, real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Codecamp, Board Prep, Dohe Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, CodeSham, Jur.ph, Big Giant Games, Agile Data Solutions, Hustle PH, Pahatid PH, Pareto Consulting, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the link in the description.